Hello, hello. Welcome to LadyGang Quickie. I am Becca here with Jack and Kelty and two honorary LadyGang members at this point. They're part of the family. Kelty, take it away.
Okay, so you guys know that we have ClearSTEM on tour with us. If you've been lucky enough to see us on tour, you have probably met Danielle and Kayleigh maybe at some of the shows. You've seen ClearSTEM out. We've talked about it, and every single person that comes is getting a gift card so they can go and experience the products themselves, which has been an absolute dream come true. But then the Facebook group and the Instagram blew up because people were like, well, I live in Ohio or I'm in Wichita and I can't get to a show, but I want to know why I have zits and I'm 36. And so we were like, you know what? The girlies need to come from ClearSTEM. They created this product. They have so much background in this. And we're going to go through literally all of your skin aging questions. But first I wanted to start, Kayleigh, what makes I know these products are so special because it's this anti-aging, anti-pore clogging. Can you just talk about like what makes ClearSTEM different than everybody else?
Yeah, so we're the first brand to tell you that topicals don't solve everything. That's really how we started. We only had one product to start with. It's our Cell Renew Serum. It's amazing. It's our scar reversing serum. But since we only had one product, we truly believed in our hearts that education should be first, especially for people who are struggling with acne or seeing signs of accelerated aging where they're like, whoa, this is too fast. So we wanted to create a brand that was so centered around education and helping people feel seen and heard. So every single one of our products, they don't have any pore clogging ingredients in them because pore cloggers is one of the number one causes of external acne. There's internal root causes we'll probably chat about in questions, but number one root cause of external is pore clogging ingredients. So none of ClearSTEM's products have pore clogging ingredients, where we help with acne and aging at the same time. And most importantly, through all of our education, we help you get to the root cause of acne, no matter your choice of what you want to do. We'll meet you there and actually help you clear your skin.
The brand has like exploded. I mean, I can literally get an Air One now, which is mind blowing. You're like the coolest girls on the planet. Why this now and why is this so important?
Good question. So why now? Because literally everyone is struggling with acne or will struggle with it at some point. It is not just like a teenage issue. Women are getting it in their teens, early 20s, just because of the products they're using. When they get off birth control in their mid to late 20s, their face explodes and it like restarts the cycle. And then in your 30s, your products are still breaking you out. And then in your 40s, your hormones change and then you get menopause. Like literally women have this whole like acne journey for like the first half of their life. And products are causing a lot of it. And there's about 100 different pore clogging ingredients. They're these filler agents that every company uses, both in skincare and in makeup and in sunscreen. They're these filler agents that the average customer has no idea about. The average dermatologist has no idea about them. It's not something that's trained on. So as acne specialist and an esthetician, that is like my core focus. So basically, ClearSTEM is completely free of all pore clogging ingredients. And then we also put the anti-aging actives that you need in order to age well. Things like peptides, stem cells, growth factors, bakuchiol. So you don't have to choose between clear skin and aging well. So it's like the sweet spot for everyone.
But my question is like, if everyone knows they're pore cloggers, why do they put them in?
They don't know, to be honest. So most skincare brands start with, let's talk about the most common skincare brand. A private equity company knows that the margins are very good in skincare. So they go to some, celebrity or someone and they're like, hey, you should start a skincare brand. You have an audience. We can sell this. They hire a cosmetic formulator, they hire some marketing people, and voila, they have a skincare brand. Like I said, pore clogging ingredients are not well known to everyone. They literally don't know, or they don't really care enough to formulate without them because these are the cheap filler agents that make the margins really good. Things like ethyl hexyl palmitate and isopropyl myristate. There's a lot of these things, right? And a lot of chemists, they know about these ingredients, but they don't know that they're pore clogging. So they wind up in a lot of products unless the people formulating are hardcore acne specialists or really, really know ingredients to this degree.
Okay, let's get it. I love this. I'm such a nerd for this, you guys. Look at our faces. We're like, yes, tell us.
I've never focused longer in my life.
It's true. Becca's like laser. She's laser. Okay. The first question is acne hormonal or environmental?
Oh, it is both. So there's a lot of different triggers. We're taught to think that acne is all hormones or all bacteria because those are the pharmaceuticals that exist in order to manage acne, right? So you go to the derm, you get put on birth control to manage your hormones, quote, manage, right? And then you get antibiotics. When those fail, then you get put on other things like spironolactone, which is also, adjusting your hormones to try to control the acne. When those don't work, then you go to Accutane, right? And that's just like basically blowtorches your oil glands. So those are the only options that people are told that they have. So they get put into this binary thing of like, okay, my acne is either bacteria or hormonal or something like that. Hormones play a role in literally everything, but what we do in our day-to-day life affects our hormones. If you're having a lot of a sugar for breakfast, call it that. Like say your breakfast is an acai bowl and granola, your hormones are going to be impacted differently than if your breakfast is like some grass-fed protein, and a matcha or something like that, right? Like if you are like what you have for breakfast controls your hormones that day, essentially. Like how you sleep affects your hormones. The vitamins you're taking can spike your testosterone and create hormonal acne. So is it hormonal? Yes, it plays a role. And some people do have hormonal issues like PCOS, but that's basically insulin resistance and also tied to sugar. So the answer is it's complex, but it's not just hormonal. And yes, you can do things about it.
So how to layer skincare was a question that we got a lot because people are like, well, I put on the thing that I think I'm supposed to put on and then it flakes off, or like, I don't know in what order to put things on. So if you're using ClearStem, I actually even have a question because I have the 3 serums and I know that Clarity is like supposed to go on and then you sit, but then I'm like, can I use the other ones after? Like, can you explain the layers of how you're supposed to layer?
Definitely. So Clarity is a corrective serum. It's a mandelic acid, so it's an alpha hydroxy. And with any alpha hydroxy, you want to let it sit alone on your skin. It's an acid, so it's eating away the stuff in your pores that you don't want there anymore. It's literally melting the clogs in your pores. Just think of it that way. But it's not, it needs time to do that, right? It's not a blowtorch. It needs to actually melt the stuff inside your pores. So we let it sit alone for 10, 15 minutes. It can be longer, just hopefully not less, because the moment you put something else on, it neutralizes it. It raises the pH back up. So once you've done your corrective AHA, which goes on bare skin, right? Think of it as eating it, whatever it touches. You want it to eat away the bad stuff. So that's why it touches your bare skin. Then you layer with whatever else you want. It's dealer's choice, because after that, you're pretty much just going to be moisturizing. So then you would just go thinnest to thickest. So if you have our Cell Renew serum, that would go on right after the Clarity, and then you could layer it immediately with like Bounce Back, and then you could do any other moisturizer you want. It could be a lotion, it could be the Golden Hour, like the Acne Safe Oil, like whatever your moisturizers are, just layer thinnest to thickest after you do your corrective step.
Okay, but when I was doing my husband, I had the Hydro Glow, and I'm trying to get him into this, like the moisturizer. When I was doing my husband, I put it on and then it kind of like flaked off. Is that because the cleanser he's using probably has stuff that like doesn't work together?
Was it on his beard? Does he have any facial hair?
Yeah.
Okay, it probably just got
Beards
caught
are
in
the worst.
Beards are the
I
worst.
know. Yeah, it just gets caught on the hair. What you can do, anyone with we go downward motion when you're applying your lotion. That's just a good practice for everyone. But men specifically, you got to go in the direction of hair growth, and then it'll kind of make it to the skin. If you're rubbing it around or going in a circular motion or going up, it just gets caught in all the hair. So I think that's what happened.
Oh my God. That actually makes so much sense, because I was like, I use this exact same thing. Okay. What is retinol?
Retinol is a really common ingredient. It comes in a lot of different forms. It's a derivative of vitamin A. There's a few different options. There's retinaldehyde, retinoic acid, and most people know it in the form of like retin-A, tretinoin, adapalene, things like that. Basically, it sends your skin into hyper exfoliation mode, which in theory, it can be extremely useful for acne. It can also create a really nasty purge for a lot of people. It also creates unwanted sensitivity, and it can give you unwanted UV damage because it sensitizes your skin. So it's not for everyone. Everyone's going to go through a phase where they try it and you might love it, you might not. It's really like, I think it's like 50-50. What we really try to educate people on very gently is that the white cream version of Retin-A actually has a pore clogging filler agent called isopropyl myristate. So that's not the best option if you're using it for acne. If you're getting this prescription from your derm, at least get the gel version, because it won't have the pore clogger and you're more likely to see better results. So it really is a personal choice if you want to use retinol. A lot of people swear by it. It's just not for everyone, and that's okay.
And your product with the bakuchiol in it Bakuchiol is like the nature's version of retinol, right? So it's like for me, I can never do retinol. My face is scaly and so angry.
Same.
And so this is such a good alternative for me because I know it's doing what Retin-A does, but it's just gentler.
Yes. And what we don't like about retinol is how it doesn't play nice with any other products that can create so much beautiful change in your skin. So, what a lot of people aren't told is while you're on a retinol, you shouldn't be using any other acids like a mandelic acid, a glycolic, any of that, because it does not play nice. And it just accelerates the sensitivity that someone may be struggling with their skin. You can't do peels, like you can't do microneedling, like your skin is just so sensitive. And so, all these other tactics that can create such beautiful change in your skin, you're really locked into one. So, Becca, back to you in the sensitivity, same. I had tried retinol, my skin freaked out. It never went past that purge. It never calmed down. And Bakuchiol is my saving grace, which we have in our Hydro Glow moisturizer. So it's all the cellular benefits that you would want from retinol without any of the negative side effects of sensitivity, irritation, sun sensitivity as well. And it plays nice with so many other products. You can keep getting microneedling done. You can keep using mandelic acid to help dissolve those clogs, and you can do the positive work for your skin.
How long can stuff last on a shelf? Like, because this is the thing, it's becoming the end of the year. We're all doing a purge. I know that after they listen to this, people are going to be like, okay, you know what? I got to get, I saw these ladies, they look amazing. I got to get my skincare on. I'm going to get these 3 things or 4 things that you recommend. And then they're going to go in their cabinet and they're going to see all the other money they've spent over the years. And they're going to be like, well, I spend so much money on this. I guess I should keep it. At what point is it time to know that the bottle is rotten?
I love this question. I don't think we've ever been asked this before. Okay, here's what you do. So separate everything into what's been opened and what hasn't been opened. Everything that's been opened is already on its way out, right? So if it's opened and it's past the expiration date, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Okay. It's probably, especially if it was exposed to air, it's degraded by then, right? So get rid of that. If it hasn't been opened, but it's near its expiration or even maybe slightly past it, whatever, I would say just use it on your legs and your knees and your elbows and your arms. That way you don't waste it. Just do a little spa day for your kneecaps, right? Nothing bad's going to happen if it's been sealed. If it is basically, if you haven't opened it and it's near its expiration, just go in order of what's going to expire first. But then with that, you want to make sure you're using what's right for your skin. You don't want to be doing a ton of random stuff because you could be canceling stuff out. You could be overusing certain ingredients. And layering is so important. So basically, we always tell people do your exfoliation in the evening. In the evening is when you would do a scrub or a polish or something with a physical exfoliant. And then if you have acne specifically, you would want to follow immediately with your acid. And that could be mandelic, it could be salicylic, it could be something with a glycolic. Anything with an AHA, you would follow right after you scrub because it goes right into your pore and creates the most change. Then you follow with your moisturizing stuff, right? And that can be anything with your serums, your lotions, your oils, whatever it is that's just hydrating, slather it on. Especially at night, you want to look like that glazed donut. In the morning is when we just do gentle cleanse. You can do a gentle cleanse in the morning, or you can just splash off with cool water. A lot of women find that just splashing off with cool water is plenty in the morning. That way you're not over cleansing and stripping your barrier before you go out and, be in the sun. So in the morning, you just do a gentle cleanse to just get off whatever's the residue from the night before, your sweat and your products from the night before. Then you layer, hopefully nourishing things and or your vitamin C serum. So a lot of people use a vitamin C. You would do that on your bare skin. I do think you should let that sit alone for at least 5 minutes. And then you can follow with a serum and then your mineral sunscreen. You want to make sure your sunscreen is zinc or titanium based. That is how you protect all the work you've been doing and all the money you've already spent. You want to protect that good work.
I have a question about the AHA. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily say it on the product, but is that a product that they usually are saying, what is it, where it's this is the brightening, this is the exfoliating, what does an AHA usually advertise that it does? Does that make sense?
It depends. Good question. So salicylic is going to be, that's your go-to acne. That's actually a BHA, but it's in the same family of acids, right? So that's why we're talking about it here. So salicylic is what you get for like, clean and clear, your clear salt. Like that's like your like kind of like the teenage acne treatment is salicylic, and it's still useful into adulthood, but that is going to be usually marketed for acne. Then there's glycolic acid, which can be marketed for anti-aging. You'll see this mostly in anti-aging products, where it's basically creating cell turnover. So it's dissolving the surface layer of skin, and that sends a message to your down below to produce it with brand new, fresh, healthy skin. So that's the cell turnover process. That's why you have that glowy, youthful skin at the top, right? So that's what glycolic is mainly marketed for. Mandelic is like the hero for acne. It's also really good for anti-aging. So it's kind of like the Goldilocks of the acids, where it's not as irritating as like a glycolic, but it's much stronger than a salicylic. So you'll generally see Mandelic marketed for like blackheads and brightening and for fungal acne.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, Kayleigh, I go on TikTok. I see these girls and they're like, I can't believe you're not buying the Trentitin from TikTok shop. Or what's it called? Tretinoin. Everybody's got it on my TikTok shop. Like I'm in that like algorithm. Yeah. Like, what are your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on buying skincare on TikTok shop?
Firstly, tretinoin is the retinol we were talking about before.
Okay. Yes. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it has so many different names. That's why. So it's typically one of the prescription versions. But you know how there's some of those online companies where you can get those prescriptions for things. So I see tretinoin all the time from you get like a 10-minute meeting with a doctor and they just write a prescription online for your tretinoin. Okay, so I feel like TikTok is such a powerful thing. At the same time, it can be so negative for some people. So we see so many comments on videos of people just giving advice for what worked for them, linking it in a shop, putting down what other people say worked for them. And it can be this very angry place where people really stand behind what works for them and they'll fight against people that it doesn't. We first want to remind people that not everything is a one size fits all. And some people truly just don't struggle with skin issues, or they may be like 18 years old. They haven't hit a lot of different hormonal changes. Their skin hasn't started to show the signs of aging quite yet.
Yeah.
So they're in that stage of just trying everything and anything. And maybe their skin just doesn't really change for things. So they swear by it, right? It's like if they're just having a good looking skin day and they're using this product, they're going to correlate with that product. So there's a lot of misinformation that we see on TikTok and people that aren't coming from the lens of acne, the root causes of acne. So it's funny because ClearStem is carried on TikTok shop because we got to meet the people where they are. So
hell yeah,
right? Like, because like any area of like where people shop, we want to be there to capitalize on that. But I do think it's a little too easy to just throw a product on TikTok shop. And anyone and anyone can just whip up something and get it on TikTok shop. And then people just start making videos about it. And something I recently learned about TikTok that I do feel like it's so important to know, there's TikTok creators out there that are not here to do necessarily good by the world. They're not here to educate. They have found a hack to make a lot of money by reviewing products. And the only way you make money by reviewing products is if it's positive, because how else do you make sales? So I've seen this new era of salespeople that have just found what works. They're like, I can make anything sell, no matter what it is.
It's like the new MLM.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's really sad. Because I got this, I know, sorry, this is a long story, but I got this like back-end software to TikTok that shows top sellers. And I went through the videos and I was horrified at like the top sellers, what they make on TikTok and what they're selling. It's not things that are doing better for this world. And I think everyone listening just has to remember TikTok has turned into a sales platform, and there are sales people on that platform that make their living from giving positive reviews, whether they believe it or not, but positive reviews sell product. And that's how they're making a living right now. And so having people just have a little discretion, thinking for yourself when you're watching videos, do your own research, feel free to discover things, but then just go do your own research on it to make sure you're making a purchase that feels right for you.
Okay. Last few questions. is there anything that will actually tighten saggy skin? Now that I am an elder millennial, everyone, it used to be, we used to really focus on the acne, and lately everyone's kind of like,
lift it up.
So is there anything that like really tightens saggy skin, or is that just not a possible thing with like a skincare?
So my favorite anti-aging hack is actually psychological.
Yes. Yes.
Think back to when, everyone can do this. Like think back to a time in your life, hopefully maybe like 10 years ago or 8 years ago, whatever, like a meaningful amount of time ago where you remember that year so well. Like I remember being 19 so clearly. I remember what my day was like. I remember where I worked. I remember who my boyfriend was. Like, I remember that vibe so much. And I tell myself every day, I'm 19. I set my alarm to like 7:19 instead of 7:30.
Cute.
Like, I literally like weave it into my day. And like, I just tell myself I'm like not aging, right? So I notice that people, when they start like looking at content for like older people and they get in the algorithm and they start saying like, I'm getting old, I'm older now, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, whatever they say, right? I feel like it accelerates aging on the frequency cellular level. That said, you can also tag team it with stuff that works in the physical world. So for sagging skin, if you're a candidate for it, microneedling with radio frequency is really, really cool. Just be really careful though, because if you use too much heat, you can actually cause more damage than you were banking on. So I'm a fan of strong treatments that you're a fit for, but not going as strong as possible. A lot of people think like, yeah, blast me, right? And you want to get your bang for your buck and they just like crank it up. I don't recommend doing that ever, because that's when you can get accelerated aging, especially from high heat treatments. There is something out there called soft wave and oil therapy. It's kind of pricey, but it's like, it works. I used to perform this when I worked at a med spa, and it's basically like a non-invasive lifting. And it's like basically using pulses of heat that bypass the surface of the skin and go like where your collagen's being made, and it actually tightens and it works over time. I really love that treatment, and almost everyone's a fit for it. So it's called soft wave or oil therapy. Kayleigh has done the version of the Morpheus that's a little more gentle, and she really liked that too.
Yeah, I did the Virtue. The Virtue is the newest one, and it's not painful because I tried the Secret, which is very similar to Morpheus, and it was like the most painful thing in my entire life. And I've gotten leg surgeries, and it was so painful. But the Virtue, because they can turn down the heat all the way, so it's like a little bit of radio frequency with the microneedling. And I've noticed it creates such a beautiful, lifting, fuller, glowy effect without the pain of the other ones. And it's not intense heat that's going to melt the fat of your skin, which we want the fat of our skin.
Okay, so everyone is getting a code LadyGang for 20% off on the website on ClearStem.com. What are the 3 things right now that you believe, I know it's different for every person, but like if you're going to go shop at this moment, what are the 3 things that you believe are like the heroes that will change your life?
If you are currently struggling with acne, I would say Mind Body Skin Supplement, 1000%. This is if you're struggling with acne. It tackles the key internal areas of the body as it relates to acne, and it's life-changing for people. A lot of people have made the choice to get off prescriptions to do this and have seen incredible results. So for internally,
I did.
and
I got off
acne,
spironolactone.
Yes.
And this saved my life.
Same. I did Accutane 3 times. My acne came right back because of all those pore clogging ingredients. And then I was on spironolactone. It made my hair fall out. And it was just like, it doesn't feel good to be on it. It has weird side effects. Mind Body Skin worked better than all of that.
Yep, same.
And then topically, I would say if you're concerned about wrinkles and overall just gracefully aging skin, our Bounce Back Serum, without a doubt, has those beautiful peptides in it that tell your skin to repair itself. Our Hydroglow Moisturizer, because moisturizers are the top products that contain pore clogging ingredients like in the market. So typically if you're struggling with some acne or texture, clogged pores, most likely your moisturizer. So it's a really great swap. And of course, the Bakuchiol that we love for anti-aging. And then Danielle, what would you say for the third one for topical?
Oh man, choosing between all the children. Okay, everyone loves and will benefit from skin spray all day.
Oh my God.
The hypochlorous. I have it right here, and it's
I have mine right here too.
It's perpetually almost empty because I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, you use this on bare skin. You can use it to set your makeup. You use it throughout the day to restore your barrier.
Guys.
This, when you guys came out, okay, let me tell you, sorry, I know we have to go, but let me tell you a quick story. So you guys were coming on tour and every one of our VIPs was getting a product in their VIP gift bag. And we were like, this is so amazing, whatever. And I'm obsessed with like the pregame mask. I'm obsessed with Clarity. And I already had my favorite ClearStem products. And you were like, we're going to do a skin spray. And I was like, oh man, a skin spray. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's great, but it's probably like the thing that's not selling and whatever. They want to get rid of it. Like, I swear this is a real story. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I don't think people are going to be that. It's not like that game. I've never had a face spray that like changed my life. It just seems like one of those things they upsell you on, right? So then we started using this. My makeup artist at E literally was like, hey, can you do the thing you did to your skin yesterday?
What? That's awesome.
Because she was like, there's something you're putting on your skin. There's something that was on your skin that's not on it today. And I was like, well, I was like tired and whatever. And I was spraying this skin spray. She's like, you need to use it. I've used this obsessively. This is probably my 6th bottle. I don't stop. Like, what is it? Is it like a serum that you can spray? I don't know what it is, but it is magical.
I love that expression, a serum you can spray. It kind of is if you think about it in terms of ingredients. So there's a lot, yes, spray it, girls, spray it. Love it. So there's a lot of skin sprays out there. There's, they're usually just a hydrating mist, or there's the hypochlorous spray, which is great. Most of the hypochlorous sprays are very basic and they smell like pool water and they are 99.5% water. This one has magnesium, which is calming, which everyone benefits from, and it's hydrating. And then it has peptides, which are the proteins that help your skin fix itself, right? So it stacks your barrier and helps your barrier all day. And then it has milk thistle, it has a bunch of different herbs, and it has blue light blocking antioxidants in there. So it really does a lot of different things. And the peptides actually are what help your skin, and it also helps seal in your makeup. So that's why it's like so different from everything else out there.
It's the bomb. Okay. Sorry about that story, but I just needed to tell you, it really is. And I know Jack loves it too.
I love it.
And it's minty. We optimize for joy of use. We want people to love everything that they're using every single time. That's why it has that minty cooling effect. There's no fragrance in it, but it has natural mintiness from the herbs. So it has that cooling, refreshing, like pick you up in the middle of your day kind of, experience.
Sure does, babe. Sure does. Okay, if you guys need more info, you can go to ClearStem.com. There's so many questions there. There's actually a quiz on the website that you can take that like will help you figure out your skin. But you can also follow Danielle and Kayleigh. They are incredible. Danielle is at Danielle the Acne Guru with a dot in between.
Just type in Danielle the.
Danielle the. And Kayleigh Christina, Kayleigh.Christina. These are the owners, co-founders, creators, founders of ClearStem. They have been amazing partners to us on tour. And if you're coming on tour, we still have shows in Nashville, Atlanta, Phoenix, and San Diego. VIP sold out, so you can't get your skin spray in your bag, but you can meet the girls in person. You can ask them questions in person, and everyone that comes is getting a $75 gift card to shop. So if you're thinking about coming and seeing us on tour, make sure you go to the LadyGang.com/tour to grab your ticket so you can get your gift card. But if not, go on to ClearStem.com, use your code LadyGang for 20% off right now. Ladies, thanks for coming. I know you're so busy. Skin spray all day. Appreciate you.
We love you guys.
We love you guys. Congrats on your tour. You guys are hilarious.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Love it.
Okay, we weren't here for a long time. We were
Here for a good time.
Good time.